Hey everybody, welcome back to 1 Minute Walking Tours, Gettysburg edition. We are here at the monument for the Irish Brigade, signified by this really lovely statue of the St. Brendan's Cross, which is just west of the Wheatfield, which is right down here. Now, this is a very, very complicated part of the battle because you have units coming from this direction, coming from this direction. Very complicated. Even people who are experts at the Battle of Gettysburg have a very difficult time explaining how the battle for the Wheatfield unfolds, because you have Confederates attacking from this direction, attacking from this direction. It's all part of the very large and complicated fighting on the second day. Now, the Irish wolf found here, very beautifully sculpted. Depicts loyalty. Obviously, an Irish wolfhound was the mascot of the Irish Brigade, which consisted of the 63rd, the Fighting 69th, 88th New York Irish Brigade. Let's see, Second Corps. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but obviously, people love to come and celebrate their heritage. The Golden Harp of Erin. That's the poetic name, obviously, of Ireland's. And 63rd, 69th, 88th were all raised in New York City. So we're not actually here for that. It just happens to be across from a place I'd like to show you all. Behind these rocks here. And this would have been obviously the front line. One of the subjects I find endlessly fascinating in the Civil War and in warfare in general is medicine, and how much medicine grows and changes because of warfare. And you can see as we get into here, obviously all these rocks were here, all these boulders were here. It's a perfect place for an aid station, and that's what this plaque commemorates. From behind those groups of rocks on the afternoon of July 2nd, 1863, Surgeon Z. Boylston Adams, didn't have middle school back in the 1860s, placed this field hospital of the 32nd Massachusetts Infantry, 2nd Brigade, 1st Division of the 5th Army Corps, established so near the line of the battle, many of the wounded escaped capture and death by its timely aid placed by the Veterans Association of the regiment. So the men who were fighting here, probably from this direction, all the directions when they were hit, would have been brought here, had their wounds examined, decided whether or not they could be patched up and sent back to the line. This is what would have been done here. They would have called this a dressing station. We would say first aid today. Bandaged up, pain management, decided whether or not the wounds were mortal, decided whether or not they could go back to their unit or they would go on to the the 5th Corps hospital, then decided from there what was going to happen. Now, all of this had been done earlier in the war, but by Gettysburg, this was being done very, very effectively. Now, unfortunately, most of the medical equipment, most of the medical supplies had been left out on the Baltimore Pike. That would have been where Stevens Knoll is. That area is actually protecting the Baltimore Pike. But there were plenty of supplies and all sorts of things to keep the medical chain of supply working. The 5th Corps Hospital, I don't know where that is. I don't think actually anyone knows where it is. We know where the 11th Corps Hospital is at Spangler Farm, not Spangler Spring. Spangler's owned a lot of the area where the Gettysburg battle was fought. But this is one of the few places we actually know where there was a dressing station, a first aid station was, and as attention turns away from commemorating all of the fighting and to other things that went here in Gettysburg, places like this are getting a little more attention. So thanks for watching. We'll see you here soon on 1 Minute Walking Tour.